Hello everyone, welcome to the introductory session on robotic process automation. So since this is a technical topic, I would be covering all the topics in English. So what is RPA? So if you are aware of the up and coming technologies and IT, you would have heard the term RPA or process automation somewhere. So in this session, I'll give you guys a brief about robotic process automation, how it works, and what is the future goal of it. So let's start. So robotic process automation is a tool that creates a digital workforce to enable transformation of business process. So in very layman terms, what is a process? Okay, process is a set of activities. So let me give you an example in day-to-day life. So suppose that you are going to a bank to remit an amount. Okay, you are going there to deposit some amount into your savings bank account. So there is a process followed for it, right? First you would go there, select the deposit slip, then you fill in all the details in the deposit slip, then you go ahead and get a token, and the teller would call token numbers in the order, and once your token number is called, you would go and deposit the money. So this is called a process. Okay, so how is process defined? Process has a set of activities or steps which is always repeated in the same sequence. Every time you go to a bank, you have to follow this process. So there is no jumping the queues. There is like if you are going to a bank, you cannot just directly walk to the teller and hand him over the cash. There is a process to be followed. So in IT also we do have such processes, and many of such processes are now manually done. So what robotic process automation is? To automate those processes which have series of sequences like this. So now we are going to look at the objectives of this session. So we have first understood what basic RPA is, right? Now we will look into the benefits of RPA, what all processes can be automated, and then we'll talk about some of the RPA providers or leaders in the market. We'll talk a bit about security, and after that we'll see some examples. So RPA is a digital workforce, right? Obviously you are removing the human element from it. So currently in the market there are some processes, currently in IT industry there are some processes which humans perform, like they are repetitive process, just like the banking example I gave, but they are currently done by humans. So what RPA does is it automates that process. So bots, we call the digital employees or the RPA automations as bots. So they are digital employees, they take the robots out of humans. So doing these kinds of repetitive works, it is often tiresome on the employees. So we are providing an alternate. Okay, let the robots or let the automation do the manual work or the repetitive tasks, so that the humans are freed up to do the work which they are capable of. So like decision making, and say like given sessions like this. So these are all human capabilities. So if say an employee is freed up of all this repetitive labor, they can concentrate more on productive things. So in such a way RPA is very useful. So what is RPA? How is it different from normal robots? So RPA is not a physical robot. It's just a software. Okay, so in the examples which I am going to show you later, you will see that it is just a software, just like you operating your Facebook or Instagram. It would move around, click buttons, upload photos, whatever you want, whatever you configure it to, but you don't need to sit and operate it. You just show it how to do it once and it will continue doing it. Okay? The robot is configured to complete the same process steps following the business rule and same system that a human does. So once you set the rules, just like in the banking example, you would walk in, you would take the deposit slip, then you would fill it with the account details, then you would take a token, you would go to the teller, deposit the amount, take the deposit slip back. So these are steps. So once you teach a robot these steps, it would always, at all times, do these steps in the same order as it is configured. So a single robot can be configured to perform a variety of processes. So what that means is, so say that you do not have to go to bank every day. You have other things to do. Why a digital workforce? That's the next question. So, as you know, in every business process, there are two sides. First, there is the management or the process side, and then there is the technology side. So, let me give you an example. So, in case of your mobile provider, mobile service provider, say Airtel, you are the business side, you as the customer, or the sales team, the market team, the product team. They are all the business side. And then comes the technology side, the softwares where you register complaints, the platform where you do your recharges. So, right now, there is a gap between these two sectors. Okay, so you as a customer, if you are facing any kind of an issue or a problem, so what would you do is like you would call the customer care, get them to register a ticket for you, and then the actual technology team would work on it, right? So the people in the customer care, they are not solving the problem for you. They are the gap, the organizational debt. So they are the gap in the process because since you as a customer do not know how to operate the system, like the place where the complaints are registered, you as a customer do not know that. That is why you call the customer care and they do it on behalf of you. So right now, in the actual process, people are used to fill up the gap. So in RPA, what we are trying to achieve is, instead of just the humans filling the gap, we are trying to bring in digital workforce, that is robots. So when you call the customer care support, instead of a human, or even when the human is doing the work, the digital workforce or the bots would assist them to get it done faster. So this is beneficial for everybody. So, what are the benefits of RPA? RPA actually reduces the cost. So, it is cheaper to configure a bot than to hire people to do the work. RPA is efficient, it is easy to train. So, suppose that you are building a human workforce. So, you have to train every one of those employees to the process. But in RPA or in bot, you configure one bot. Just like that, you can copy paste the same code to hundreds of bots. So the effort is only done once. What are the benefits? So a robot, a software robot, it actually costs only of like 10 to 20 percentage of a human salary. It does the work of 3 to 10 people. So since it is a software, it is faster than people. So suppose that the work involves typing a data. So in normal human terms, like a normal human would do 60 to 100 words per minute. But a software robot can do 10 times of that. So the overall cost is reduced from 35 to 80%. And obviously it is faster The processing speed is almost 4 times of normal human beings, and it is 24/7 available. It is available 24/7 across the year. So normal human, say you have a normal customer care to support Airtel or to support any of the other service. So there are time slots, right, where you can call. So it's the customer care is operational from 9 to 5 because it is being operated by humans. They need to do their 9-hour shift and go home. But if it is a software bot based, it is available 24/7. So the customer is also happy because they get their queries resolved even in the midnight. And just like we say, it has 100% accuracy. So there is always the element of human errors. Humans can make errors, say like you called Airtel customer care, you are explaining the problem to them, they did not properly understand it, or they wrote a word wrong. So this is called a human error. This can actually lead to many problems, right? You must have experienced that in your daily life too. And this complete RPA system is auditable. So whatever you want to check at a later point of time, there is a record. In normal human interactions, maybe there is a call recording or maybe there is some kind of auditing that is available, but not every step what that customer care executive is doing is not recorded. But in case of bots, it's not like that. So these are the potential benefits: the reduced cost, improved quality, increased security, and you have all kinds of benefits. So, what are the applications, potential applications of RPA? Sales, procurement, audit, tax, etc. etc. There are multiple fields where RPA can be applied. So, let's talk about what are the common capabilities. So, an RPA system can open email, attachment, log into applications, move files, copy paste, form filling, reading, writing to the database, etc. etc. It can make calculations and all this automatically. So, like there are different solutions in the market right now for it. You must have heard about screen recorder, scripts, etc. etc. But RPA solution is much simpler and elegant a solution than these. So how do you select a process for RPA? Not all the processes. In the beginning, we discussed what a process is. Not all the processes are eligible for RPA. So, what are the characteristics of a good RPA process? So, any job which has high volume and large number of staff assigned. So, long number of requests or high volume, such a process is a good candidate. And very manual and repetitive activities, say it is just like the 5 steps which we talked about, any 5 steps, any sequence, but it is being repeated again and again. It should have good rules, it should be stable and multiple systems, etc. etc. So this is the process evaluation step. Let's talk about the major RPA solution providers in the market. So there is UiPath, Automation Anywhere, and Blue Prism. So they constitute the top 3 service providers in the market for RPA nowadays, and this is where they stand. And right now you must have also heard about the new technologies AI and ML, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning. How RPA works with AI and ML. So artificial intelligence or machine learning, we are developing a system which can take decisions on its own, and RPA and automation is a system which does not take any decision on its own but act on steps. So these are the two parts of the IT work or the human work which is done: decision making and steps. So through RPA you can automate the steps, and through artificial intelligence or machine learning you can actually make the system take decisions on its own. So this complete system, the package of AI, ML and RPA would give you the complete solution to automation. So we can reduce the human interaction to zero. So this is the different kinds of AI tools which is nowadays in the market: AI, IBM Watson, GCP and other specialist tools. So you can integrate them with RPA. And what about security and compliance? So with RPA, the security and compliance of the system increases. So now I'll show you some of the POCs or the projects which we have done on RPA. So we have created an email translator bot. That is, in many organizations or in many businesses, lot of communication happens through email and in a lot of languages. So in my organization we do have Latin America or Germany or rest of the Europe, Africa and all kinds of clients. So this all these communication happens in different languages. We do have separate set of teams for translation. So we have created a bot which would do that instead of a human being. So this bot, what it does is it reads the email, translates it into any selected language which is understandable by the technical team, and creates the ticket. It also sends an email back to the user or the customer with the ticket number. So consider it like you have a banking issue, you are writing a mail to whatever customer care which you have account in, and in your local language, and the customer care does not have support for the local language. Then they would use this kind of a bot to translate your message into whatever language that it is understandable by the customer care team. They would solve the issue and revert back to you in your regional or local language. So we have used these tools. I'll show you the automation now. So I have added the video of it. So this is the ID where customers are sending emails with in different languages. You can see that there is Spanish, there is German, and this is the tool on which the issues or tickets are created. Tickets are nothing but the complaints. Now we will run the bot. So now the bot is running. It is adding the content to an Excel or a database. Now it will translate the data. Now it is creating the complaints and adding the complaint numbers. And now the bot has completed working. So you can see that all the complaints have been registered. See, 64, 63, 62, these are the new complaint numbers. You can see that the data is also added in the database or the Excel sheet, and the customer has received emails from the customer care that your issue has been your ticket. Thank you for contacting our TV support. We have received your ticket. We have received your complaint. That's it. Another POC or another robot which we have made is user creation. So what is user creation? So suppose that you are creating a Gmail account or Facebook account, that is considered as a user creation. So in companies, there are a lot of employees and they do have different platforms. So there is a team which creates the users for all the employees. Whenever you join a company or whenever you join a new project, there are many requests to create and delete users. So it's the admin or the support team who creates the users. So we have automated all this task and created a bot for it. So I'll run the other bot too. So this is the bot. So it is reading the data from the email. It is logging into one of those tools, that is Salesforce. So consider it just like a tool, like maybe like Facebook or Gmail. You would log in and now it is creating the users. It has created one user. It will log in again and create another user. So this is the email which we got. Create user, please add these users. These users have been added, and now the customer will get, or the user will get, the email that yes, the user accounts have been created and they can start logging in using the users. So now comes the main part. Why you have seen how RPA works, how it is. Now the main question is how can it help you in your career? So this is one of the new and niche fields in IT. As you know that everything in the world is getting automated, everything, all the softwares, AI is coming into the picture, machine learning is coming into the picture, robotics is coming into the picture. So the human or the manual work which is being done at IT right now, it is going to reduce. All the companies or all the industries are gonna find it cheaper to use softwares and robots rather than hire people to do the work. So how it can help you in getting a job or having a career in IT is you get into these fields, get into the creation side of the automation or the machine learning, so that you will have a good career or growth in IT. So the in the future the development or the production is going to be completely based on these kinds of artificial intelligence. So the best way to secure a job would be into get into the creation side. So This is a good budding technology. There is a lot to learn. A lot of companies are investing in it. So this would be the right time to get into RPA. It would help you get jobs much easier. And this field, the creation side of robotics or automation, it is going to stay with the industry for a longer time, because when a new industry or when the industry is moving towards automation, there needs to be someone to create the robots. And by learning RPA, you would be that creator. So you would always have your place in IT or computers field. So this is one of the best fields to get into. And since it is a budding field, there is not much of an expertise of RPA in the market right now. So if you start learning or if you start working on RPA right now, when say like in 5 years or 3 years, when the field actually booms and gives you the profit back, you would be in a good position, or you would be in a higher technical position to reap the benefits. So this is the right time to get into automation.